Alright. Let me just get the game to work again. It doesn't necessarily work all that well with streaming. There we go. Cool. Alright. Well, we're going to develop Pokemon. We're going to try and make Pokemon. So, how are we going to do that, actually? Didn't quite think this one through. I think maybe we need to do some more research. Maybe we research one more genre. I suppose it would be fantasy or life. Life. Would it be life? Is that what it counts as? What the hell does Pokemon count as? Is it a life RPG? Is it fantasy? Is it caught in a landslide? No escape from reality? I guess it's fantasy, isn't it? Alright, we're gonna need open world to do this, really, aren't we? I think we should just research open world instead, because you can't have a Pokemon RPG without open world. That would be ridiculous. I have a feeling that open world, actually, I kind of needed that in my engine, so I guess that doesn't really work out so well. Ah, the Game Gear. Won't be fooled by you. Yeah, I have a feeling I might need to put open world into the engine, but I might be wrong. Alright. Okay, so we are trying to develop Pokemon. I'm not... Would it be sports? I don't know what Pokemon is. I guess it's kind of sci-fi, really. It is actually sci-fi when you think about it. It's got all sorts of crazy stuff. Or would it be sports? I guess it would be sports. It's Pokemon, it would be sports, right? So it would be a sports RPG. We're gonna make it on the Game Boy. We're gonna pay $50,000 a license for it. I don't know if it would be sci-fi. Hard to say. Put it on a new Biscuit engine. Pretty sure it's not military. I think sports RPG will do well. How is it not a sport? Like, they're in stadiums and shit. What's wrong with you? They have gyms. How can it not be a sport? Pokemon is clearly a sport. You guys just have no understanding of nuance. It's true. Sci-fi, then, maybe? Sci-fi is probably the closest. Alright, let's make sci-fi. God, you guys suck. You're really bad at game development. I'd never trust you again. Alright. Pokebiscuit. Here it goes. The sci-fi RPG. I don't think this is going to work out so well. Aimed at a young audience. Going to focus on the gameplay and the story. We're going to support Gamepad, needless to say. I don't think I can add open world without it being part of the engine, but I might be wrong. We'll find out. Maybe that you need to add it as part of the engine. Alright, dialogue not so important. Level design, lots of level design. In fact, AI is completely useless. So, there we go. It's Pokemon, we can't give that. Pokemon has no AI, what are you talking about? It's ridiculous. Well, we can't make it an open world without developing it into it. So this is a prototype for Pokebiscuit. God, I love the Pokemon fanboys getting so upset that I call Pokemon a sports game, even though it clearly is. So funny. Alright, world design. Yep. Really good graphics. And terrible sound. This Pokemon sounded dreadful. Alright. There's a lot of design in here. Let's get this polished up. And the Game Gear just came out. Finish everything up. Alright, there we go. It's polished. Let's go with it. New record on both technology and design. And we got massive level ups across the board on that one. It was a great combo. New topic, new combo. That's good. Sci-fi RPG. Oh, look at all this crap we just unlocked. Holy shit. Look at this. Better AI level editor. I need to redevelop my engine again. I think it's time to move on up. Let's hope this is successful, otherwise we are screwed. Let's move to a new office. Alright, this will allow me to hire staff and do all sorts of things. Let's see, how well did Pokebiscuit do? 10 out of 10! Yes! I knew it! We have successfully developed Pokemon as a non-open world space RPG. 10 out of 10! The best game ever. Screw you all games, no more review copies for you. Alright, Pokebiscuit is selling absurd amounts of copies. 125,000 copies. 250,000 copies. Good lord. That's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. I'd love to research marketing, but I can't afford it. In fact, there's going to be a lot of problems with the research here, because I don't have a lot of research points. So, we've made a lot of money, it's time to bring in new people. But first we need to train ourselves in staff management, otherwise that won't work at all. So, Pokebiscuit has made us... Oh, is this going to sell over 500,000 copies? Looks like it might be. And the G64 is finally done, so... A storm of good reviews and excited customers. It's a rare game that will set quality standards. It is clearly, we have just made a knockoff of Pokemon and succeeded in selling 500,000 copies. Bestseller, we have made $5 million. And didn't do it with a publisher. See, publishers are rubbish. Look at that. Best-selling thing of all time. It's a good point someone just made on Twitter. Why is there an SNES or a SNES in the office before the SNES has been developed? Good question, developers. What are you doing? That's completely broken my immersion. I'm just going to quit right now. Alright. Good. Now, we can put up a massive budget for hiring new staff, but since I'm cheap, I'm just going to put up $500,000. I'm going to put $500,000 to try and find new staff. Ah, Twitch, you're awesome. My god. I tweeted Twitch saying, hey, Twitch, why am I not on the front page with, like, more viewers than all the WoW streams on the internet combined? His answer is, we still haven't forgiven you for B-Clicker. Yes. Anyone who's following me on Twitter really knows what that's on. Oh, lovely, lovely. Okay. Right, so let's pre-filter the applicants. So we've got 3 things we can do. Complex algorithms generally will involve you getting someone that's really good at technical stuff and not so good at design. Showreel is the opposite in game demos, somewhere down the middle. So we're going to hire 2 staff. I'm going to hire a really technical guy and a really design-focused guy. I don't want to hire more than 3 staff right now. I think that's unnecessary. So in the meantime, what can we do? Well, we could redevelop our engine with some new functionality, but that's probably not a good idea. We haven't researched enough to justify the upgrade, in my opinion. So I think we need to make a follow-up to Pokebiscuit. Can we ruin everything? Maybe let's wait for new staff for that, actually. In the meantime, let's just do a little bit of contract work. Why not? Let's just do a little bit of contract work to keep the office open while Pokebiscuit sells up a zillion copies, and then we'll get some new staff in. We need to train them up anyway before we make some new games. Alright, this guy's pretty fast. That's cool. So, James DeMagati is very, very good at tech, it would seem. Alternatively, we have other choices. These guys cost a lot of money every month. This guy's cheap, actually. I might just get him, because he's $8,000 a month. But this guy is super skilled. Look at him. 421 tech, massive speed. Maybe we hire one really expensive dude. That's $33,000 a month for this guy, though. I mean, good lord. He's really expensive compared to this guy. Actually, I should get this guy. This guy's cheaper and he's got better tech. He's not as good at design, but his tech is like 522. That's absurd. We should hire him for 29k. Alternatively, this guy, really, really cheap. Or this guy, 557 tech. Wow. This guy's good. I'm not sure we should be spending as much as we are on getting staff here, but... Yeah, he's a pretty good level 1 developer, I gotta say, but this guy, like, his tech is absurd. We can make some amazing stuff. I think we got the $29,000 guy, Mike Brash, and then maybe we hire a smaller dude. So we've got one really skilled guy that helps on with our technology, and then I can focus on design. Alright, new research available now. Sweet. Now I need to train him up. Let's do some welcome training for him. In the meantime, I'm going to do just a little bit more contract work. Just want to try and keep up with things. And the Commodore 64 goes bankrupt. So there we go. So we're not going to be using that anymore. We're going to be developing for consoles for the time being. Ah, secret proposition. Yeah. I definitely want some research. That involves me not doing it. I'm definitely doing that. Paying $10,000 for the detective genre. Cool. We could actually make some cool games with that, I think. That's good. It's always nice to see. Poker Biscuit is still selling. We're going to be hitting the $700,000 mark here. It's pretty impressive. Poker Biscuit is now off the market. There we go. What an incredible, incredible run that was. Let's hire one more. So we're going to look for someone who's really good at design, someone a showreel. I'm going to put in slightly less on the budget to hire this time. Let's maybe just go for 200k. Don't want someone crazy, because obviously the problem is if you can get really skilled people at the start, but you'll spend too much money on them. Like, this guy is sinking 30k a month. I've got to make sure that we make good games with him. We've got to have successes like Poker Biscuit, otherwise we'll be in big trouble. Alright, who do we have? Level 2. And another level 1. He's pretty good at design, in my opinion, for someone... I know his speed's pretty bad, but, like, he's a good basic guy. He'd be good for research. Only costs me $9,000 a month. I think we could level him up. The guy in the middle has really good design, though. 19k. And look at that. The design is ridiculous. That's Esther Padala. We're actually hiring women in the 80s. This never actually happened. Let's go for the guy in the middle. Let's get Esther. I'm an equal opportunities developer here. Diversity achievement. Rightfully so. The female demographic doesn't exist yet, by the way. This is the 80s. Okay. So, first things first. Train her up. Make sure she's all good. Alright, so his technology development is actually ridiculous, as you can see. So, we're going to be able to make some really crazy stuff here. I need to do some research, but I think we're going to have to make a new game. Otherwise, we're not going to get the research points for it. I can train myself if I want. The thing is, this stuff takes research points. I don't really have a lot of that yet, so... Okay. Now, we also have contract work available. The bigger contracts. Maybe we take one, actually. Good way to get a little bit of research. We have ridiculous technical skill, so maybe that's good enough. Got a reasonable amount of pay for it. Let's try it. Let's see how much technical skill we can get out of Mick Brash here. Not as much as I would like. Come on, Mick Brash. I don't think he's really settled in yet. We're actually going to fail this contract. Mick Brash, you suck. You suck, Mick Brash. What are you doing? Come on. Ah, we're going to fail it. Terrible. Disgraceful. Disgraceful. Mick Brash, you are just absolutely bad at your job. Alright, we're going to have to make a game then. These guys are still kind of getting used to everything. Maybe we do one more contract, something a little bit more manageable. There we go. There's something a little bit smaller. We can do that. As you can see, these bars right here are efficiency bars. You guys aren't efficient when you first hire them. You've got to get them settled in. So we're going to be able to set up some computers, get a little bit of research time going on here. That's always good. Ooh, currently... there's a trend going on right now. We need to develop a game. See, strong audience, young. So we need to make a new Game Boy game, I think. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for Poker Biscuit 2. Should we should probably make it in the same genre. We could just make the same game, but... they probably wouldn't like that. But we've waited a while, though, so I think maybe it's a good time to make Poker Biscuit 2. Poker Biscuit 2, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's do it. It's going to be a sci-fi RPG. As before, is going to be on the Game Link. On the Biscuit Engine 1.5. We might make a few variations this time around. Let's see if we can sell the second Poker Biscuit. It's not called Reckoning. We can't fit it in there. We're going to maybe give it another shot. I think we need to vary things up a little bit this time, though. I'm going to keep this the same, but I'm going to vary things a little bit in terms of the design. They probably won't like me that much, but I think we can still milk them, so it's not really a big deal. This time around, we're going to focus more on the dialogue and the AI. Everyone's going to hate this game because we're releasing it way, way too early. We did wait a while, though. I think we didn't develop it immediately after the conclusion of it. Graphics a little bit weaker. We can put more time into the world design, I think. It's more important. It's a lot of bugs. We need to fix them pretty quickly. I mean, our technology is ridiculous. Look at the design capabilities on this game is absolutely absurd. This is the highest we've done yet. Let's see if they're willing to let us do that. We're going to polish it. We're going to sit around. We're going to polish it. Alright, there we go. It's polished. It's a good game. It's a really good game. And we matched the trend as well. Let's see if they're willing to accept the same game twice. I did some minor changes to it. Let's see if we can sell Poker Biscuit again. What do we get this time? We're getting 8s. We're getting 8s. See? Told you. I can sell you the same game twice. It's not a problem. RPG games apparently work well in Gameling. That's good information to have. See? Told you. We have just become EA. We've released the same game again, and it is selling pretty well. Not as well as the last one, but it's selling well enough. It makes the money back. It makes us a profit. And it also gets us the research points. Now, while this is happening, we should definitely do some research. We need new stuff. We have a lot of money, so marketing might be useful. As you can see, we've got a lot of things here. We could start to develop 3D, but I'd rather develop this version of 2D, but I can't afford it yet. Okay. Alright. Better AI, level editor, better dialogue. Okay, let's start researching there. You're going to research cutscenes. And you're going to research improved AI. There we go. We're going to improve our games across the board. We're keeping it afloat quite nicely. Ah, 16-bit era is on its way. Keep an eye out for that. Didn't sell anywhere near as many, though, I gotta say. Like, the sequel didn't do that well at all. It did well enough, but it definitely wasn't a smash hit success, so we need new things. We could transition to 3D. Actually, we don't have enough research points for that, so we can't be doing that at all. Maybe we can do some contract work in the meantime, get some more research. I want to develop... Actually, we should redevelop the engine, maybe. We have new functionality now, so we have stuff like open world. We should include this. Alright, we're going to redevelop the engine. Better dialogue, AI, open world. Very nice. So there's going to be Biscuit Engine. It's not really one... it's 1.8, I'd say. It's not 2.0, clearly. We haven't transitioned to 3D yet, so I'm going to make it 1.8. There we go. So let's develop a new engine. That's going to get us some more research. We're still sitting on about $5 million, so the company is very much afloat. Very much afloat. It was alright, you know. Made $500,000, definitely paid back the cost of production, paid for the new engine, so it's not too bad. We shouldn't make that game again, though. There's still a strong young audience, so I think that with this new engine, we could probably make something really cool for them. Very nice. Let's keep selling games to young audiences. Let's maybe research one more genre. Let's make a racing game. We haven't made one of them. There we go. Research-wise, we don't have enough points for anything else, really. Oh, we can make a level editor. There we go. We'll have him research the level editor. He's pretty good at that. And as you can see, the brand new platform just came out. We haven't really upgraded our graphics hardware yet in our engine, so software, in fact, so I don't know if it's really worth developing for that yet. Ah, new research available. Steering wheel. Well, that's something we can't really do much with yet. Alright, we're going to make a new game. We're going to make a racing game. We're going to make a racing RPG. No, that would be bad. I don't know, we could. Racing action might work. We could make a racing RPG. Aiming at the young audience, because there's still that strong audience there to exploit. And you see the market share is starting to slip, but that's because there's more machines on the market. The TES is not even worth developing for anymore. This, you know, there's a big license cost for this machine, but it's gonna get there. Currently, it's still being outsold by the portables, though, so we should keep making Game Boy games. Maybe make one more and then switch over to the next gen, once we've got